When most folks think about 70s country, they go straight to legends like Willie Nelson, Dolly Parton, and Waylon Jennings. But beneath the spotlight, the decade was buzzing with bands who cut incredible records, packed dance halls, and then vanished from the charts just as quickly. So let's dig deeper. Here are 12 obscure 70s country bands you need to hear.
Why you think you belong to me? I never tried to make.
Number 12, Great Speckled Bird.
I finally talked him into letting me sing the Speckled Bird, and that's where the meal come in from, so we'll do it.
Let's hear it, will you, really?
Great Speckled Bird, a Canadian outfit led by folk duo Ian and Sylvia Tyson.
Ian ever wrote was Four Strong Winds, and the first song I ever wrote was You Were on My Mind.
In 1970, they traded in acoustic ballads for steel guitars and Telecasters, cutting their self-titled album in Nashville with legendary producer Todd Rundgren. Though it didn't climb high on the charts, it became one of the earliest true country rock statements.
I am proud that my name is on her book.
Behind the scenes, this band was born from frustration. Ian and Sylvia felt boxed in by the folk circuit and wanted to experiment. The result? A record blending mountain ballads, honky-tonk shuffles, and electric country swagger. Imagine it. You're in a smoky bar, the jukebox drops the needle, and suddenly you're hearing Canadian folk tradition collide with Nashville steel in a way you'd never expect. Today, Great Speckled Bird is remembered as a hidden cornerstone of country rock's evolution.
On the clouds as he writes in his word.
From Canada's folk roots, we slide into the American South, where our next band captured the sound of Capricorn Records. Number 11, Cowboy. Cowboy, a Georgia-based band that signed with Capricorn Records in the early 70s. Their debut, Reach for the Sky, 1970, was released just as the Southern rock wave was rising, but Cowboy leaned more toward acoustic guitars and country harmonies than the heavy riffs of the Allman Brothers. Here's the twist. Cowboy was often overshadowed by their label mates, yet their song Please Be With Me earned immortality when Eric Clapton recorded it on 400-61 Ocean Boulevard. That's right. One of Clapton's most heartfelt tracks started with this obscure Southern country band. Picture a front porch in Macon, Georgia, cicadas buzzing, acoustic guitars passing between friends. That's the sound Cowboy bottled. Though their commercial success was limited, the band's fingerprints can still be found in Southern rock's DNA. And speaking of porch-picking harmonies, our next entry came from the windy Midwest. Number 10, Hartsfield.
I'm leaving today. I've been in these city lights too long.
Hartsfield, a Chicago-born band that fused intricate guitar harmonies with country storytelling. Their 1973 debut earned critical respect, though mainstream radio never quite knew what to do with them.
I'm leaving today. Been round them city lights too long.
Unlike many country rock acts, Hartsfield leaned heavily on dual lead guitars and extended jams, drawing comparisons to the Allman Brothers, but with a Midwestern twang. A fun bit of trivia: they were one of the first bands to be promoted by FM radio stations for their live energy, not just their records. Imagine cruising down Route 66 in a beat-up Chevy, windows down, and Hartsfield blasting from the FM dial.
I'm coming home. He's coming home once again.
A mix of road-ready riffs and country charm. While their name rarely surfaces today, their live shows left lasting impressions on fans lucky enough to catch them. From Chicago jams, let's roll down to Memphis where soul and country collided. Number 9, Amazing Rhythm Aces. Amazing Rhythm Aces, who broke out in 1975 with Stacked Deck. Their single Third-Rate Romance soared into the top 20, proving that their blend of country, soul, and southern rock had wide appeal. The band faced an identity challenge. Were they too soulful for country radio or too country for soul stations? That tension became their strength, carving out a unique sound. Frontman Russell Smith's smooth vocals gave their songs a timeless quality.
He's trying to keep his courage up by flying birds.
Picture this: a dingy Memphis dive, neon lights spilling across the floor, and third-rate romance crackling on the jukebox while couples dance slow and close. The amazing rhythm. Aces may never have dominated Nashville, but their hybrid style helped shape the future Americana movement. And from smoky Memphis dives, we turn to the wide-open Ozarks. Number 8, Ozark Mountain Daredevils. Ozark Mountain Daredevils, a band that blended humor, back porch picking, and quirky songwriting. Their 1973 debut brought the hit, If You Want to Get to Heaven, followed later by the breezy classic Jackie Blue. But behind the hits was a group of college kids from Missouri who never expected national fame. Their shows were filled with harmonicas, fiddles, and the kind of rowdy fun that felt more like a barn dance than a rock concert. Imagine a summer night under the stars, fireflies rising in the field, and the Daredevils providing the soundtrack, whimsical, rustic, and just a little offbeat. While mainstream critics struggled to pin them down, fans embraced them as one of the quirkiest country rock acts of the decade. And now, from rustic Missouri barns to the psychedelic haze of Kentucky, number 7, Goose Creek Symphony.
On yesterday, that was my ship underground.
Goose Creek Symphony, an experimental outfit out of Kentucky. Their 1970 debut, Est.
Woke up this morning with nothing on my mind.
1970 fused Appalachian fiddles with fuzzed-out psychedelic guitars. It was country, it was rock, it was something entirely new. Their concerts were legendary for unpredictability. They might swing from a fiddle breakdown into a mind-bending jam that left audiences reeling. Though they never scored major radio hits, Goose Creek developed a rabid cult following on the college circuit. Close your eyes and picture it. A dim student union hall, kids with long hair and cowboy boots stomping along to fiddles and wah-wah pedals in the same song. That was Goose Creek Symphony. Chaotic, joyful, unforgettable. And if Goose Creek was chaos, our next band brought cosmic order, straight from the hippie scene of California. Number 6, New Riders of the Purple Sage. We saddle up with the New Riders of the Purple Sage. Formed by members orbiting the Grateful Dead, this band made the pedal steel guitar a centerpiece of the hippie counterculture. Their 1971 self-titled debut featured Jerry Garcia himself on steel before they recruited the legendary Buddy Cage.
On his white horse, Mescalito, he comes breezing through town.
The New Riders never aimed for Nashville's approval. Their songs were about deserts, drifters, and cosmic cowboys, yet they managed to land radio play with Panama Red and Lonesome L.A. Cowboy. Imagine 8 Ashbury kids in tie-dye, swaying not to acid rock but to twangy steel guitars. That's the cultural collision the New Riders sparked. Though overshadowed by the Dead, they helped push country music into the psychedelic 70s.
Nobody lived like a working animal already back in.
If these hidden gems are stirring up memories, or maybe sparking curiosity, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. We bring you new classic country countdowns every week, keeping the golden years alive for fans like you. Number 5, Pure Prairie League.
We do about 7 million people watching Austin City Limits. If y'all out there in the studio audience would sing along. So let's hear it.
Pure Prairie League, an Ohio-based band that captured a sweeter, softer side of country rock. Their 1972 album, Bustin' Out, introduced the world to Amy,
Why you think you belong to me? I never tried to make
a song that didn't chart big at first but grew into a radio staple by mid-decade. The band's challenge was endurance. Members came and went, but the harmonies stayed pure and unmistakable. By the late 70s, even future superstar Vince Gill joined their ranks, honing his voice in smoky clubs before Nashville came calling.
lost when it set you free. They say one
Picture this. It's late at night, headlights cutting across a lonely highway, and Amy drifts through the AM radio, warm and tender against the static. That's the intimacy pure Prairie League delivered. Understated, but lasting. From tender harmonies, we shift gears into pure, rollicking, honky-tonk chaos. Number 4. Commander Cody and his Lost Planet Airmen.
July 27, 1973.
Commander Cody and his Lost Planet Airmen were the rowdy bar band every college town needed in the 70s. Mixing Western swing, rockabilly, and trucker anthems, they hit Pay Dirt in 1971 with their version of Hot Rod Lincoln. But behind the good time vibes was a serious musicianship. Steel guitars, pianos, and blistering guitar solos made every show a party. The band often played marathon gigs that felt more like Saturday night revivals than concerts. Imagine a packed Texas roadhouse, boots stomping, pitchers of beer sloshing, and Hot Rod Lincoln tearing through the speakers. Commander Cody's crew never chased mainstream fame, but they became legends among anyone who ever closed down a honky-tonk. From rowdy dance halls, we step into something more polished, yet still overlooked. Number 3. Silver. Silver, a short-lived country rock band that formed in 1976. You may not know their name, but you've likely heard their single, Wham Bam Shang-a-Lang.
Starry nights, sunny days, I always thought that love should.
Which became a top 20 hit and a classic of AM radio. Here's the twist. Silver was often dismissed as too pop for country and too country for pop, a curse many 70s crossover acts faced.
Oh, but my mind says it's so.
Still, their harmonies and Eagles-inspired sound earned them cult status among collectors today. Imagine a summer fairground in 1976, Ferris wheel lights glowing, and Wham Bam Shang-a-Lang blasting from the Midway speakers, playful, catchy, and utterly of its time.
Make it what it's not.
Silver may have burned bright and fast, but they left behind a slice of pure 70s nostalgia. And now, from fleeting pop country, we head into southern grit with deep country roots. Number 2, Blackfoot. Blackfoot. Known later as a hard-driving southern rock act, but in the early 70s, they leaned far closer to country. Hailing from Jacksonville, Florida, Blackfoot's early years were steeped in acoustic ballads, fiddle-inspired licks, and swampy rhythms that owed more to country traditions than heavy riffs. Before they cranked up the amps, Blackfoot were regulars at southern bars, mixing steel guitar twang with bluesy vocals. Their transformation into a rock powerhouse often overshadows this country foundation, but listen close, and you'll hear the lineage. Picture a humid Florida night, screen doors slamming, and the sound of Blackfoot carrying across a field party. Equal parts country soul and southern grit. Their evolution shows just how thin the line was between country and rock in the 70s. But if Blackfoot blurred lines, our number 1 band built a bridge that still stands tall today. Number 1, Mason Prophet. Mason Prophet, the Chicago-based band led by brothers Terry and John Michael Talbot. Between 1969 and 1973, they released albums like Wanted and Moving Toward Happiness, fusing bluegrass, folk, and electric country in ways that predated the Eagles. Their breakout moment was the politically charged Two Hangmen, banned on some stations for its lyrics but beloved by fans who wanted truth in their country music. That tension between radio rejection and grassroots devotion gave Mason Prophet a cult following. Picture a 1971 college coffee house. Dim lights, denim jackets, and two hangmen sparking quiet conversations about justice and freedom. Mason Prophet never topped the charts, but their influence echoes in modern Americana where storytelling and conscience meet. And there you have it, the crown jewel of obscure 70s country bands. If you've enjoyed this trip back in time, don't forget to like and subscribe for more country classics every week. The 1970s weren't just about outlaw country and arena rock. They were also a time when hidden gems like these bands carved out their own legacies. From porch-picking harmonies to cosmic cowboy experiments, these groups proved that country music could be as diverse and daring as any genre in America. Thanks for riding along on this nostalgic journey. And don't miss our next video. Obscure country bands of the 1980s you need to hear, where the genre shifts again, embracing neon, urban cowboys, and honky-tonk revival. Until then, keep the music close and let the stories play on.